Hello everybody, this is Mr. Romanesco and we have a spotlight for our 6th grade class. Our 6th graders are going to show off their climate zone projects, so I hope you enjoyed their work. I know I did.
Hi, my name is Natalie and this is my tropical rainforest report. Did you know that only about 10% of the earth is rainforest and that there are over 5,000 species of bugs in the rainforest? Most rainforests are found in South America, Africa, Asia, and Australia. Rainforests are usually 73 to 80 degrees and are very wet and humid. Rainforests usually have 80 to 130 inches of rain each year. The rainforest only has 2 seasons. There's a wet season and a dry season. In dry season, it only rains about once a week, and in the wet season, it rains every other day. In the rainforest, there are plants everywhere, and they grow because it's shady and cool. It also rains, so they get plenty of energy. While tall trees tower over small plants and get sun and rain too. In the rainforest, you might see hills and vines and tall trees. You might also see a creek or a small river. But overall, the rainforests are beautiful and plantful. If you want, you should visit someday because that would be a great place to vacation.
My name is Tristan and my report is on the temperate grasslands. The grasslands get 20 to 30 inches of rain per year. They are found on every continent except Antarctica, and 1/4 of the world is covered in temperate grasslands. The temperate grasslands have long grass because it rains a lot there. All of the animals and plants need to adapt to the grasslands so that they can survive there. Some animals that live there are zebras, lions, cheetahs, and prairie dogs.
My name is Logan and my project was on deserts. Deserts are normally found near the equator, about 15 to 30 degrees north and south of the equator. It gets up to 100 degrees in the daytime and about 25 degrees at night. And it rains normally less than 10 inches a year. Deserts, or 3 landforms in the deserts are sand dunes, which are like big piles of sand. There's oases, which are pretty much where natural springs are with vegetations and plants. And then there's also desert pavements on that side of my project, which is pretty much a lot of little rocks that provide shelter for plants' roots and animals that burrow in the ground.
Hi, I'm Nolan, and for my project, I did the highland climate. The highland climate is usually found in Asia, North America, and South America. It can get really cold and windy up there if you're higher up in the highland. The average temperature is 78 degrees Fahrenheit to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. You can find poison ivy and poison oak up there also, especially other shrubs and trees. Most animals like to live in the lower parts of the mountain ranges. You can also find creeks and rivers there.
I did the polar for my project. There are 2 seasons, summer and winter. The average winter temperature is negative 22 degrees, and then the average summer temperature is 32 degrees. And then the lowest temperature ever recorded was negative 129 degrees Fahrenheit. The polar is found in North America, or the North Pole, and Antarctica, Canada, and parts of Greenland. There is 5 to 6 hours of sunlight in the winter. In the North Pole, there are just ice sheets with no land. The ice is covering it. In the polar, you can see the northern lights. Then the animals are walrus, seals, beluga whales, orcas, penguins, snowy owls, caribous, polar bear, Arctic fox, Arctic wolf, and Arctic hares.
Hi, my name is Patrick and I am doing the highlands. The highlands are mostly found by the equator. The weather patterns are rainy and snowy. It rains mostly during October through January. It snows during November through April. The animals are red deer, mountain hare, ptarmigan, capercaillie, red squirrel, beaver, wild pig, and reindeer.